What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back again off a very brief hiatus of about 30 minutes because right after I recorded my video about Mike Malone being fired by the Denver Nuggets, I learned that the Nuggets also announced that they are not extending their current GM, Calvin Booth. So the Nuggets are just adding to the madness here. I don't know why they're doing this whole staff overhaul 3 games before the playoffs. This is something that I have personally never seen before. I don't know what's going on. So there's a lot of different things that people are pointing to. They're saying there was tension between Mike Malone and Calvin Booth. You know, some of the guys that Calvin Booth signed, Mike Malone was not utilizing. Namely, I saw that, they signed Zeke Naji. He wasn't getting a lot of playing time. Calvin Booth apparently was not seeing eye to eye with how Mike was using the roster that he's assembled, right? And this is a thing that happens plenty of times around the league, but you usually don't see them firing both the coach and the GM because they don't see eye to eye. You see them siding with one person or the other. Sometimes it's a player if there's a player involved. But I just, and like I said in my video about Mike Malone, he's going to tell you what he thinks. He's going to tell you the truth. He's not here to, BS you and tell you stuff that he doesn't think is true, right? And if you don't like that, you can get rid of him. And clearly they did not like that, so they got rid of him. But, I'm not sure what ownership is thinking here. Josh Kroenke and the whole Kroenke family, I'm not sure what really is going on. But again, just the timing of this is insane. When you're 3 games away from the playoffs, you're a playoff team. You are a top 4 team in the Western Conference. You still have the possibility to move up or down. You don't know what's really going to happen yet over the next, let's call it, week. And it just seems like a very ill-timed thing to do. And I think a lot of times people that are in sports as owners and part of ownership that come from other businesses, because a lot of these guys come from other businesses. That's how they have a lot of money and can afford to purchase a sports team or, come into ownership, things like that. And they treat it way too much like a business, where at the end of the day, like any sports league is a business. You're here to make money from an ownership perspective. But you have to understand that the guys that are playing on the court, it's a lot more, like the game has to be a little bit more simplistic. It can't be all, this guy's getting paid this, so you got to play him and this, that, whatever. That's not how it works. And if guys aren't getting along, that disrupts the whole atmosphere of the team. Whether it's behind the scenes, off the court, or it's on the court, it doesn't matter. And obviously, we've been seeing Nikola Jokic get a little bit more animated recently. Obviously, now knowing what has gone on behind the scenes is a little different, right? So Calvin Booth didn't just get fired. I mean, his contract's up at the end of the season, so he's just not going to be renewed. But they're just adding to the drama. So again, I feel like this is just going to cause so many problems for the players. I don't really know how they're going to navigate the playoffs and be successful with all of just these things up in the air. I'm sure Calvin Booth signed a lot of these guys, gave them extensions, things like that. And Mike Malone has been here for 10 years, right? It's just, it doesn't make a lot of sense why you would do this right now, right? Your team is good. You have, in my opinion, the MVP in Nikola Jokic, and you're willing to just kind of throw that all away by shaking things up, right? Going deep in the playoffs and winning, that could cure all of this, right? But they didn't even want to test it out and go that far, right? So that, to me, I'm kind of like, do you guys think, I guess I'm talking ownership here. Do you guys think it's this is going to do your team a service going into the playoffs? It's just, this is horrible timing, right? And I think anyone would have to recognize that on some level. Is just you don't make major changes like this right before the playoffs. There's a reason the trade deadline is 2 months before the season ends, because they know if guys are getting traded a day before the playoffs, what's the point? stuff is not going to happen. Obviously, there's financial reasons and other things like that, but like, it's just, again, I just don't understand what the point of all this drama is right now. And I did think the Nuggets honestly had a shot at winning a championship this year. I'm not going to doubt Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray and the squad that they have there, but this is not looking good for them. That's my opinion. So Calvin Booth, no longer going to be GM of the Denver Nuggets. That team is probably going to see a serious overhaul over the summer in terms of the front office, the staff, maybe even the players. Maybe there's a big trade coming that we don't know about yet. So it's going to be an exciting team to follow, until next October, coming October, and seeing how they start, the 2025-26 season. So let me know what you guys think, man. I just wanted to drop that extra piece of news now that I found out right after I made my last video. I love that when I get information about something I'm talking about right after I finish, recording. But that's just how it goes. This is the league we love, and I'm going to keep covering it for you all. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm going to catch you guys later, man. Stay safe, stay up, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.